even in the midst of our sorrow. You would know exactly how kind we are, and though our kindness is taken for weakness, you'd know the truth. That Palestinians are as strong as the sky is blue. If only you knew a Palestinian, you would be able to narrate our pain. You'd be able to know how deep the trauma runs through our veins. If you sat with our parents, you would understand. Our grandparents were robbed of life in their land. If only you knew us, I know you'd learn that all we desire is once to return to our homes that were stolen, our villages taken, how our tears for 100 years remained forsaken. If you knew us, you'd tell the world of our grief, how we mourn for our kin with sorrow so deep, but in the same breath you'd extol our resilience, how mountainous our courage is our fountain of brilliance. If only you knew a Palestinian. You would have sat at our table for tea, tasted our bread, desserts of sweet cheese. We'd have held hands as we danced on the floor to our native folk songs from our neighbors next door. You'd know how we greet with a kiss on each cheek, how we wish you farewell with our sweet poetry. You would know our culture and it would know you. You would love us for more than our stories of blue. We would no longer be them, but us. Our doors remain open for those whom we trust. If only you knew a Palestinian, you would see how we swallow our pride and we bear it. Despite being called savage monsters, barbaric, you'd be as disgusted as we are to see our character slain by racists who lead. If you knew us, you'd see through the sinister libel. Your stomach would turn at the headlines and titles. Your blood would turn cold at the callous press briefings. You would notice the way they deny our grievings. Surely you too would be led to insanity watching them strip us of all of our humanity. If only you knew a Palestinian. You'd see our faces while scrolling the screen. You'd hear our voices in the innocent screams, Mosan, Motaz, Bisan, Plestia too. They could be us if only you knew. You'd see your friend under the rubble and dust. You'd feel the same as if you knew it were us. If you knew us, I know that you wouldn't be fine watching 15,000 plus killed in Palestine. You would mourn as we do for family back home. You would know how we feel, how we wail, we moan. It wouldn't surprise you, the depths of dismay. You would know how each of us dies each day. If you knew a Palestinian, you would know that we haven't been able to sleep, how for 45 days we have laid down to weep. We retired to bed, waiting anxious to dream while our minds race to sweet Palestine. You would know that each time we dare close our eyes, we see their horror, their grief, their demise, how our heart works in earnest to process emotion. Guilt overflows with disgust and devotion, how even on nights when we're lucky to sleep, our souls find rest in the dreams that we keep. If you knew us, you'd know we would never find peace, not until our homeland and our people are free. If you knew us, you'd know how we don't read lines, how our freedom and destiny is intertwined. If we wish freedom for all, every faith, every creed, if Palestine isn't free, then I ask, what are we? So that was written on the 45th day, and we are now on day 125. And I wrote this one this morning. It's titled, Now That I Know. Now that I know a Palestinian, I know how to smile in the face of anguish. I know the warmth of hearts and arms entangled together, holding one another close and afloat. I shout at the top of my lungs to bring this beacon of hope to the world, to let it engulf us, bring us peace. Now I know the greatest act of kindness is strength in the face of the unknown. Now that I know a Palestinian, I see the pieces of their souls being slowly eaten away with every day, every bomb, every child. I only know the stories of families once rich in bloodlines now reduced to none. I learned the truth, how the keys to home so far away but still remain, pulling out the yearning for home in their eyes, memories of olive branches swaying with the wind. The same branches sway to guide us to peace, waving, exclaiming, this way, this way. The tears I've cried are a drop in the Mediterranean Sea to those who came before me. I tell the world of their grief and I praise their resilience beyond feet. I know how their mountainous courage is a fountain of brilliance. Now that I know a Palestinian, I wish for the years to know Palestine. I wish I could have known their dances outside of the tents and the rubble and destruction. I would have known how their songs lift the air, how they greet with love and joy, yet they're met with hate and pain and expelled. I would have known the intricate moss, the flora, the fauna, the beautiful history baked into each pastry. I long for us. Now that I know a Palestinian, I see the humanity of their men met with demonization. I see the courage you hold, refusing to let go. I see the red in my eyes when I hear their lies. I see through the libel for good prevails evil. I have been led to insanity, nearly turned cold by their dead hearts. Now that I know a Palestinian, I see their faces while scrolling. I can't do anything but hear their voice and the innocent screams calling out, why us, why me, but not me. There's no thought scarier than that could have been I, and still I can't ever know that pain. I feel your sorrow and I feel so opposite of fine. I've watched 30,000 plus Palestinians killed, and I feel the sorrow and pain that stretch the breadth of our dismay. And yes, the small part of me dying each day. Now that I know a Palestinian, I know the hope of a free Palestine. Truly our freedom and destiny are intertwined. Palestine must be free for all of us to be.